What is going on, Rivian fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to give you a good analysis of Rivian. Go over the data points, the technicals, and where I see things going, at least in the short term. Before I get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And with that, let's get right to it. So currently it is down 3.57%. And today isn't necessarily just a Rivian problem. It is a broader market problem. A lot of stocks are just very much selling off. A lot of different reasons, but technically Rivian is on a very pivotal point right now. So on the actual technicals, it is still higher percentile of the Bollinger Band, but sitting on that very big support level. So if it does break below that, you can kind of see it a little bit better here. If it does break below that, then unfortunately it could potentially trend down. And right now, looking at the fib levels, because it is below a lot of the pivotal moving averages. So looking, for instance, at the fib levels, it is currently trading between this S1 and the pivot. So if, for instance, it does break below that central Bollinger Band, this is where potentially it could have a little bit more of a tentative sell-off. So based on the technicals, things aren't necessarily looking the best. Even looking at stochastic, it does have a bearish sentiment. Number of retail investors today have been getting out. So like I've been saying, just based on their Q1 earnings, ever since that came out, it seems to have just nothing but gone down, which does not make any fundamental sense. My own opinion, who isn't a financial advisor, you guys do your own due diligence at the end of the day. Some people like it, some people don't, but based on some latest analyst reviews of Rivian, a lot of them are still fairly optimistic. So currently there is an average consensus of $23.80, 84% upside from these levels. So the mere fact that it's just trending down as much as it has been, even Barclays. So Barclays is very bearish on a lot of the EV sector, with the exception of Tesla, but even them, technically they have a $22 price target. So Rivian is just undervalued. It just does not make sense. And currently it is a 12.19 billion market cap. So definitely this should be substantially higher. And quickly going back over here just to show you guys. So looking here, the latest Morningstar report as well that I believe came out 2 days ago does put $23.15 as the fair market value for Rivian. So it's one of those situations that unfortunately I do say every single video that Rivian is at a substantial discount. Even if you look at a lot of the multiples in comparison to a lot of EVs, Rivian just unjustifiably is going down. But yet, if you look at, for instance, a lot of the latest round of 13Fs, which keep in mind is from Q1, but a lot of the big players did increase their position in Rivian. So for instance, let's take a look. So there was BlackRock right here, increased their position 2.92%, has 50.9 million shares. Vanguard announced their positions last couple of days. They increased their position in Rivian 65.85%. So now they have 61.4 million shares. Even Morgan Stanley, another institution that technically is very bearish on the whole EV sector with the exception of Tesla, they increased their position 10.38% and have 6.7 million shares. So it's one of those situations that in reality, if you have patience, Rivian at these prices are a steal of a deal. But because of all the fear and so forth, it could potentially trend down, especially like I said, based on the technicals. It is on a very slippery slope as of right now. So once again, make sure you guys do your own due diligence at the end of the day. Based on some options activity, there is a total of $441,000 in put premiums today and $1.3 million in call premiums. So this is very much oriented towards calls, meaning there is a lot of upside that is anticipated. So people do not believe that this sell-off and this downtrend is justified. Looking at what big money is doing, they are still very much buying. So just based on today, a little bit less as far as the number of transactions, but still substantially fairly good, because based on the bid and the ask, majority of these are buys, similar to a lot of the big transactions over the last couple of days as well. Even yesterday, there was a $10.6 million transaction as well. So behind the scenes, institutions are buying. Clearly based on Q1, institutions are buying. As of right now, there is no SEC filings, no press releases, nothing along those lines. So it is just at the mercy of the technicals and the broader market. On a side note, if you are looking for a lot of good compiled information such as this, all in one, even the transcripts from the Q1 earnings, take a look at Seeking Alpha. I do have a link to them in the description below for a free 7-day trial, so take advantage of that. But Like I said, I like to look at stats. Stats all do justify that this is at a substantial discount. And not only that though, for instance, looking at this is the average age of US vehicles by type. So as much as a lot of people like to say that demand is going down, a lot of people are very much overdue for getting a new vehicle. So this is where potentially, and even based on the Q1 earnings, Rivian is the top of its class. So they're definitely doing good. There is a massive amount of demand for Rivian vehicles. So in reality, especially like looking at this stats right here, a lot of people might be switching over to a potential Rivian in the next couple of years, especially with the US infrastructure really developing around the whole EV sector. That is maybe a good time to buy. Like I mentioned already, even though Rivian might be going down, sometimes unjustifiably, this is where, if you think bigger picture, people are going to be moving towards a EV, and why not Rivian? Just my own 2 cents, of course. But over and above that, I just want to give you a good overview of, for instance, what shorts are doing. So utilization is 33%. And like I've mentioned in the past, I don't see it being a squeeze. I'm just bringing this up because it's a good sentiment on what people believe. So the fact that it is a red day, but yet shorts are increasing 1.79 million shares shows that they are anticipating it to go down. And potentially they do want it to get below that very pivotal point, causing a little bit more of a potential downtrend even more. 11.48% of the free float's being shorted, and that works out to be almost 70 million shares. And the cost to borrow is absolutely pennies. So like I said, I don't see it being a squeeze by any means, but it's good to know exactly what, for instance, shorts are doing, because there is right now a grand total of $883.07 million worth of shorts out there. So like I said, it's one of those things that is kind of a pain for a lot of the companies that are trying to thrive and even succeed in the given environment, higher interest rate and so forth. So Rivian definitely does have a lot of big accomplishments based on the Q1 earnings that did come out, but definitely still left some room for improvement based on especially the bottom balance sheet and the basic things like that. Once again, let me know you guys' thoughts on all of this in the comments below. What are you doing? Are you buying? Are you selling? What is your takeaway, for instance, on Rivian? Are you kind of annoyed by it? Me particularly, especially based on the earnings, it kind of sucks, in all honesty. There's a lot of other EVs out there that's kind of doing a little bit better than Rivian, but yet on their operational standpoint, they're garbage. So once again, kind of just sucks. Let me know you guys' thoughts on that. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, as I've been saying, take advantage of, for instance, this free promo with 𝗪𝗧. Link in the description below and also the comments. Sign up for a free account, you get 1 free stock. Each stock is valued up to $2,000, so you might as well take advantage while you can. 𝗪𝗧 does also offer $0 commission, free level 2 trading, so it is a complete win-win. Once again, let me know you guys' thoughts on all this in the comments below, and with that said, I appreciate you guys watching. Let's make a lot of money on Rivian.